Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of NoDQ&A video right here on youtube.com/NoDQCAW. And as always, NoDQ.com. Thanks as always for watching. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get right down to your questions. Do you think it would be a good idea to switch the WWE title to Raw and the World title to Raw to let the World title mean something again? That's not really necessary to make the World title mean something. To make the World title mean something would be to actually present it like a world title and not water it down, not have the title change hands all that often. And when you have a world title match on pay-per-view, make it one of the main event matches. Don't put it early in the card. So there's other things you can do. And the fact is the WWE title is going to be the focal point of the two world titles because it is a WWE title. It has the lineage going all the way back. The world title, you can say that also was formerly the WCW world title. But then again, they got rid of it for so long and then brought it back with Bischoff and where he came out and put the title on Triple H. So throughout history, the WWE title has been the title in not just WWE but in the industry in general. So that's always gonna have priority, and but they could still do something with the world title, like I said, and not water it down so much. What would WWE do if a top star like Randy Orton violated the wellness policy 3 times? With most other guys, I think they'd be released, but I can't help but think that in Orton's case, WWE would make some sort of exception. Your thoughts? Here's the thing. There is no one person bigger than WWE. WWE is, at the end of the day, they will follow the rules. If somebody, regardless of who they are, breaks the rules, they are going to be disciplined and they will be dealt with. So in Randy Orton's case, he has to shape up. I mean, Jeff Hardy a few years ago, he had his second suspension, and he was on thin ice. He had that one more strike and he would have been gone too. And it definitely would have hurt WWE because at the time Jeff Hardy was on fire. He was selling a ton of merchandise, and he was on a major roll, and he was red hot in 2009. And the thing is, though, Jeff still ended up leaving after SummerSlam that year, and WWE went on just fine. Now Randy Orton is one of their top stars, although in recent months he hasn't been as much of a focal point. I mean they've been pushing Sheamus and they've been pushing Daniel Bryan, and Randy Orton has stepped aside a little bit. So if they were to lose Randy Orton, if he got a third strike, I mean, it would definitely be a huge blow to WWE, but they would carry on, and they're going to do what they have to do. If he gets a third strike, I fully believe that they will let him go. And I suppose they could always bring him back down the line, like if the heat dies down, and I'm not sure how that works. We haven't really seen a situation like that where somebody's gotten 3 strikes and then was brought back, so it's uncharted waters. But I would think at the very least they would fire him, and then perhaps down the line bring him back if he cleans up his act and doesn't have any issues. Is WWE taking suspensions too seriously? In the past few months, Rey Mysterio, Chris Jericho, and now Orton have been suspended. As the WWE main event roster is so thin right now, is it wise to suspend such a number of main eventers? Well, once again, WWE has to discipline these guys. If they do something they're not supposed to do, WWE cannot just look the other way. They have to take action. So it's not a matter of keeping the guys because the roster is thin. And in a way, This is a blessing in disguise for WWE because we've talked about this so many times in the past. They need to build new talent, and you cannot keep relying on the guys from the past. And Rey Mysterio, Chris Jericho, Randy Orton, they're all veterans now. They've been around for a number of years, and at some point you have to start building new stars if you want to start building your fan base up again. I mean, we look at Raw's rating from this past week. They did a 2.7. One of their lowest ratings of the past 15 years. And it's hard to say that Memorial Day is an excuse because the year before they did about 750,000 more viewers, which is quite significant. And you look at Raw, the focal point of the show was Big Show. And it's the same thing. You're going back to the past and pushing the guys that have been around for so many years, and people want to see something different. So it's not really a bad thing. If these guys are acting up, then you know, punish them, take action, and you don't want another Eddie Guerrero or Chris Benoit situation for sure. So if these guys are abusing their bodies, you need to take action and get them off television, and if possible, get them some professional help. Hey Aaron, I am a U.S. troop, and me and my brothers love to watch your videos. You're the best. My question is on the new WWE video game, WWE 13. It had the WWE logo, and it says Attitude under it. Does this mean WWE will slowly move from the PG era? Well, first of all, I would like to thank you for your service. It's very much appreciated by all of us. And secondly, regarding your question here about the WWE game, I don't think that having the Attitude in the WWE 13 game has anything to do with WWE in general and them changing their product and doing something different. All it is, it's a marketing ploy. They're going to have some aspects of the Attitude Era, like they have Steve Austin and Mankind going through the dasher boards and little elements here and there in the game that resemble the Attitude Era. That's what that whole thing's about. And yeah, it is a marketing tool. It's a way to try to get people to buy the game, and I think it'll work well, at least with getting some of the older fans to buy the video game. So I think it's a smart idea, but no, it's not. It doesn't mean anything in terms of the current WWE product and what direction it's going in. Now Randy Orton is suspended. SmackDown needs a new star. Do you think we will see anyone along the lines of CM Punk, John Cena switch brands, or will they not be doing anything about it due to SmackDown and Raw always borrowing each other's talent? I mean, if this was a year or two ago, I would fully suspect someone like CM Punk to jump ship. But, you know, the brand extension, it's all but dead right now. I mean, they're having guys from both rosters on both shows, and there's not much of a split at this point. And one thing they are doing right now is they're having John Cena make appearances on SmackDown now. So they know that they got to have a big star on that show to keep the ratings at a decent level. I mean, SmackDown's ratings have not been that high as of late, so they could really use a boost. And they're having John Cena on there, and I'm sure we'll see more CM Punk. We just had for SmackDown this week, they're having CM Punk versus Kane for the WWE title, the first WWE title match on SmackDown in several years. So they're promoting that, and yeah, they're making efforts to get people to watch SmackDown, and yeah, I mean, it sucks that there's not a brand extension, really. And, I mean, if it was a couple years ago, they could have switched a few people around. And it was always something interesting every year to look forward to the draft or whatever. That was something that was fun to watch. And now there's just no point. Hey, Aaron, longtime fan of your video. If RVD hadn't gotten pulled over, Kurt Angle hadn't left, and if the Benoit tragedy hadn't happened, do you think WWE's ECW would have lasted longer and been a decent show longer than it was? Please answer on video. I'm sure if none of those things happened, perhaps ECW would have been prolonged a little bit. Maybe it would have gone a little bit longer. But I think that the number one incident that really sealed ECW's fate was the December to Dismember pay-per-view, and the fact that that just completely bombed. I think it did the lowest pay-per-view buy rate ever produced by WWE in history. I mean, it just flopped in a big way. And I think at that point, Vince decided that ECW was just not going to work out. And they tried going on the road, too, with ECW, having ECW house shows, and they bombed. I mean, they did like under 1,000 people per show. So, I mean, it was those two things, I think, that really led to the demise of ECW and, like I said, sealed their fate more than anything else. But, yeah, I mean, if those things hadn't happened, who knows where the ECW brand would have gone. All right, that'll wrap things up for this edition of NoDQ&A video. Thanks, as always, for watching. As I mention every video, make sure you subscribe, youtube.com/NoDQ&AV. Tell a friend. Tell them on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you go for social interaction on the internet. And stay tuned for more.